A vet has explained to dog owners 5 things he wouldn't do with his own pet, and they're actually quite common. While seeing your pooch play with a tennis ball or lick your face seem like signs of fun and affection, they actually should be avoided, according to one expert. Taking to social media, vet Jamie Lamb has explained why seemingly harmless habits could be doing pups, and owners, more harm than good. As well as advising to ditch tennis balls, Dr. Lamb claims feeding dogs table scraps and raw foods are also a no-go. His advice received mixed feedback from viewers, but specified in the comments that he just wanted to warn of the risks of familiar dog practices that he personally would not let his own dog do. There are an estimated 11 million dogs living in the UK, meaning around 1/3 of people living in the UK own one, Birmingham Live reports. As such, knowing some expert advice could help avoid a trip to the vet or doctor's office. In a viral TikTok video, Dr. Lamb began, "I'm Jamie and I'm a vet and here's my 5 things I wouldn't do with my dog." Number 1, I would not let Otis lick my face. Dogs have a lot of bacteria in their mouths and it can even give us things like roundworm and tapeworm, so definitely no licking of the face. Next, I wouldn't feed him food from the table. Although they may like it and even love it, it can encourage begging behavior which can be very frustrating for people at home, and pet obesity is one of the biggest things that we struggle with in our industry, so definitely no table scraps with this one. Next, I personally would not feed a raw food diet. That's not to say that there aren't dogs out there that do really well on a raw food diet, but they do have an increased risk of causing things like Salmonella and E. coli in our dogs. Furthermore, if it's not a complete diet and you are just making it up as you go along, you may be giving your dog a nutritional deficiency which is not ideal. Next, I would make sure I didn't forget to give him his vaccines and that I stay on top of his flea and his worming. It's so common to see these problems in the vets. I see fleas and worms pretty much on a daily basis, so making sure he's covered is really important. The final thing, I personally wouldn't allow Otis to play with tennis balls, sticks or rocks. I see a lot of injuries from all of these things, a lot of tooth erosion from tennis balls. It's just not worth the damage. Get toys, there are a lot of safer toys out there. Some owners took to the comments section to dispute some of Dr. Lamb's tips, while others were quick to praise his advice. 2 tips in particular were feeding a dog raw food and letting them lick faces. One person wrote, "So good to hear vets speaking out about raw not being the answer to everything." In contrast, a second said, "My dog is raw feed, vet doesn't like it but admitted he is super healthy, amazing coat, fab teeth etc. and it's a complete diet, I don't make it up." In response, Dr. Lamb said, "Raw-fed dogs can be incredibly healthy. No doubt about it. It's just about being aware of risks, as with everything. I do all of these except the raw food diet," penned a third. "I would rather have kisses from my dog than my partner." To which Dr. Lamb replied, "Each to their own, no judgment from me at all." Join the Daily Records WhatsApp community here and get the latest news sent straight to your messages.